All right, everyone. So those of you guys who have been subscribed to the channel and or watching the videos for a while, you guys probably know by now that this is not the time that I normally upload to YouTube. So that must mean that there is something big going on, right? Well, the answer to that is yes. I would actually say that it is beyond big. It is huge. This might actually be the most groundbreaking thing that I have seen about Raid Shadow Legends Discovered, and I've been playing the game for almost a full year now. That's how crazy this is, and I want to give credit to where credit is due, because this was not discovered by me. This was actually discovered by an individual by the name of Vodka7Up on Reddit, so I will leave links to everything necessary in the description. Major shout out, this is insane, and I want to actually talk about what he discovered because it is groundbreaking in so many different ways. Now, what he actually discovered through testing is that the way that artifact upgrades work is it might not actually be RNG. In fact, it seems like there is a system in place where Plarium has it predetermined before you even start upgrading the artifacts how many attempts it's going to take in order to get to the next level. So it's not determined at the time that you start upgrading your artifacts. It's not like there's some magic dice that are being thrown and, you know, there's a chance that you'll succeed or a chance that you fail. That's what it seems like, of course, but it really is that the artifacts and how many attempts that it's going to take in order to upgrade are determined at a prior point, probably when the artifacts drop. Now, this is absolutely crazy. Well, how was this discovered as well, and what does this really mean? Well, it means a whole bunch. Not only does it mean that there are a lot of ways to save silver for a whole bunch of different aspects involving artifacts in the game, but it also means that, you know, who knows what is actually RNG in Raid Shadow Legends and not when there are systems in place like this. So I'm going to read his post. I will leave links in the description. I'm also going to demonstrate on video and try to share with you guys and explain this as best as I possibly can. But I will also leave a link to Vodka7Up's video demonstration. You know, as much credit as I possibly can to give to this guy because that's how huge this discovery is. So let's get into it. I just confirmed something about artifact upgrading. Not sure if it's common knowledge or not. It's definitely not common knowledge. I certainly didn't know it. Artifact upgrades don't seem to be fully RNG. In fact, they seem to be hard-coded into the artifact, probably determined when they drop, and it's possible to know how much it's going to cost beforehand. Here's the method. Note this was tested on Player and Play, not yet on mobile. Go to the artifact upgrade screen, turn off Wi-Fi data on your device, click upgrade one level, see how many attempts it'll take. When it succeeds, it'll require an active connection to save it, but there's no active connection, so the game will stall. Close the app now, turn on Wi-Fi again, open the game, and repeat the process for the same artifact. It'll take the same number of attempts. That is absolutely crazy. My mind was just blown the first time that I read that sentence right there. And of course, I did some testing as well myself, and it is indeed true. Everything is accurate. It's crazy. It really is. I'm still processing this because I only just found out about it a short while ago as well. This is at the very least useful to know how much it's going to cost for the next level of upgrading and whether it's worth it or not considering that cost. Should provide very useful for the artifact enhancement events and for silver management in general. Yeah, I'd say that's crazy. I tested this several times, every time with the same results. There's a video link. Again, I will leave all the links necessary to his Reddit post, to the video. As much credit to Vodka7Up as possible for this absolutely insane, groundbreaking discovery. So now that we have that out of the way, again, it can be a bit difficult to really visually conceptualize what this is. So I wanted to also demonstrate in the video exactly what this all means. So what we are going to do is we're going to open up the artifacts menu here, and we're going to go to an artifact. Now, how you would normally upgrade an artifact is actually not quite exactly how you're probably going to use the system. I don't know, maybe some of you guys upgrade one level at a time, but I usually end up going to the, you know, upgrade to the nearest 4x level in order to get the substat unlocks. But the system is not going to work with that method. What we're going to do is actually upgrade one level at a time. However, we are not going to press the upgrade one level button before doing something very, very important, and that is disconnecting your internet. You know, for me right now, that's the Wi-Fi. Great news is I can still keep the recording on, but what I'm doing right now is I'm disconnecting my internet connection. All right, so I'm doing that. There we go. So my internet is disconnected and there's no connection between Raid Shadow Legends right now and the server, but we are going to still press this upgrade 1 level button. Now you guys are going to see the same stuff that you normally do with upgrades, including the, attempts failing and whatnot, but we're going to count that number right now in the video because it's very, very important. So here we go. There's 1 right there. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's the last one right there at 10. So, because there's no active connection right now, obviously it's not going to upgrade my artifact, but we were still able to actually see all those failures. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to reconnect the Wi-Fi. And I'm actually going to close the game first, though. Very important, because I don't want it to reconnect and then upgrade the artifact. Even though I'm getting this error message, I'm still going to close it out to be safe. And I'm going to reconnect. And now, of course, because there is no connection while I was doing that, then it didn't actually upgrade my artifact. But it took 10 attempts in that demonstration right there. So this is huge, because there's actually some sort of system in place that Plarium has for artifacts where it's predetermined the amount of attempts that it takes in order to upgrade. And if you guys still aren't believers yet, this is where it's really going to blow your minds, because now I am not going to do anything with my connection. I'm not going to do any craziness. I'm just going to press the upgrade 1 level button as normal and let the artifact upgrade. So we're going to go back to that very same shield right here. We're going to go to upgrade and we're going to click the upgrade 1 level. And you guys are going to be blown away because it will take 10 attempts in order to upgrade this artifact. Now notice, of course, that while I was doing that, it wasn't using any silver because obviously I didn't have an active connection while I was doing that, so it didn't actually successfully upgrade the artifact on that 10th attempt. But now, here we go. So there's that first failure, there's the second one, there is the third one, the fourth, the fifth, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and there is the success right there. So, absolutely crazy. Once again, a groundbreaking discovery, and this can be used in so many different aspects of the game. It also brings up a lot of questions too. Like, there's obviously a very, very good side to this, but there is also a very speculative side where I asked as soon as I found out about this, what does this mean for things like shard pulls? What does this mean for other aspects of the game that are RNG based? How many predetermined points are there where RNG is actually a myth? Because it really does seem like with the artifact system that they have, it's coded into the actual artifact at each level how many attempts it is going to take in order to succeed. Now, something really interesting that I am not going to be able to demonstrate because it would take a lot of time to do in one video, but I could have done that exact same thing with the shield and still not had it succeed. So I could have gone through that whole routine again and disconnected, and it would have still taken 10 attempts. So the number of attempts does not actually change. It's going to be the same for an artifact until you actually upgrade it. So it really is truly predetermined at every level at some point beforehand, before you start the upgrading process, how many attempts it is going to take in order to get to each and every level. So before you even get to level 14, for example, the artifact somehow knows, it's coded into the game, the number of attempts that it's going to take in order to get from level 15 to 16. Even though I haven't actually gotten to level 15 yet, it's still in the system somewhere. It's not RNG. It's already predetermined at this point right now. Now, obviously, this does take a bit of effort. It raises a whole lot of questions about, what different aspects of the game, how they work, how RNG really actually is in Raid Shadow Legends, but you could see how this is going to be absolutely massive for something like the Artifact Enhancement event, right? So we do actually have one running right now, which is really good timing while something as crazy as this was discovered. But what you can do is at those pivotal levels, and I know a lot of people actually take their artifacts all the way up to level 15 before the artifact enhancement events, so that when they do roll around, all you have to do is just take some time and silver, of course, but maybe not as much now with this craziness being figured out. And they just like to level up their artifacts from 15 to 16. Well, you can use the system in order to actually see how many upgrade attempts it's going to take for you to get from 15 to 16. And of course, if it's a lot of attempts on a maybe not super great artifact, you can kind of go through that whole system to figure out how much silver it's actually going to cost you before actually spending the silver. So obviously the system is insane for the artifact enhancement events. When you get to the later levels, it's absolutely going to be worth doing. You know, at the earlier levels, before you get to 8, it usually doesn't take that many attempts. But once you get past 12, 13, it's insane how valuable this information actually is. So I don't want to blabber on too much about this. I easily could, because I'm still kind of in shock at how groundbreaking of a discovery this actually is. Once again, I will leave a link in the description to this Reddit post. Credit to Vodka7Up for this insane discovery. All the credit goes to him. And, you know, I hope that you guys are in just as much shock about this as I am, because my mind is truly blown. So thank you guys for watching the video today. I know it's a rare exception for me to upload at the time that I am, but I think this is groundbreaking enough to where it is actually worth it. So with that being said, have a fantastic day, everyone. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to help out, leaving a quick like means a whole bunch, so thank you to all of you guys who do that. More videos should be popping up on the screen right about now. Feel free to check them out. But if not, until next time, have a fantastic day or night now. And this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.